Barclays set to cut Nigeria from its emerging market local bond index by February. Kachuku seeks reduction in $30 per barrel cost of oil production. And Nigeria Stanbic IBTC cuts its 2015 loan growth forecast to 3%. Hello, and you're watching BTVA's Business Nigeria, and I am TUNJI Andrews. Today, we will be bringing you the top stories making the headlines in the markets. But first, let's take a look at the equities. Tosi, give us an update on how the markets is faring.
TUNJI, the market closed in the negative territory. Clearly, the mild gain that we saw on Friday was just a blip, and it seems that this negative territory is here to stay. It lost about 0.6% to close at 28,981.12. It also traded during midday trade above the 29,150 points. However, towards the close of trading, it was dragged down to close at 28,981. In terms of volume, it was quite tepid in comparison to what we saw yesterday. The volume traded today is 317 million compared to the volume of 1.3 billion yesterday. And also the market breadth was negative. We have 25 decliners and 18 gainers. Let's take a look at the key movers. The key positive mover, we have Dangote Cement. Dangote Cement gained the 1 naira it lost yesterday to close at 163 naira. Also on that positive movers, we see consumer sector taking a key position there with likes of Unilever, Nestle, Honey Flour, and Nascon. Now to our negative key movers, we see Nigerian Breweries. Nigerian Breweries lost 5 naira 49 kobo to close at 129 naira 0.51 kobo. Likewise, Forte Oil, it lost 8 naira to close at 282 naira. We also see Seplat on the key negative movers. It lost 5 naira to close at 225 naira. Now let's take a quick look at our best performing stock. Unilever is topping that chart. It gained 10.24%. You know, Unilever released this Q2 result and it was weaker than expected. It lost, the result came in really weak. And we can see that the 9-month result also projected something similar. They said that this was due to the unfavorable macroeconomic conditions. Its profit after tax declined by 92%. It posted a profit after tax of 140.9 million naira in comparison to the 1.8 billion that we saw the same period in 2014. And also there was a 2% drop in its revenue and 4% growth in its cost of sales, pointing towards a contracting gross margins. We also saw a surge in its finance cost. It grew by about 100%. The shares dropped from 47 naira to 40 naira. That was before the results came out. The market was probably positioning, expecting a similar result to what we saw for Q1 and Q2. And after that result came out, it even slid further from the 44 naira to 32 naira. Now, for the past 3 days, we've seen a consecutive gain of 14.5%. Now, the question is this gain here to stay, or is this what we're going to keep seeing? It's gained 10.24% today, seen a cumulative gain of about 14% for the past 3 days. Are we going to continue to see a surge in Unilever Nigeria stock? And now let's move over to Skybank. It's been a regulatory season. I mean, we've seen regulatory fines from the FRCN, we've seen from NCC, and we're currently dealing with a fine from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Yesterday, Skybank issued a statement saying that the bank is providing clarification that the bank did not at any time conceal any information from the CBN as adjudged in its letter. The CBN slammed Skybank with a fine of 4 billion naira for failing to render appropriate returns on some MDA money as required by the CBN, but Skybank is here saying that that did not happen and that they would actually follow due course. Yesterday, it lost about 4.7%, and today it has completely gained back what it lost yesterday. We also have Itana on my key gainers. I have Honeywell and also Wema Bank. On my worst performing stock, we see Caverton. Caverton has been showing on that list for quite a while now. We'll follow up on what is driving that stock. We also see Nimith. Nimith has lost 4.85%. We see Nigerian Aviation, Diamond Bank, Lane Africa, and Vono Products. Stanbic is the 7th on the worst performing chart. It lost 4.17%. You know, yesterday, before the close of business, Stanbic released the results saying that it's going to cut its loan growth forecast to 3%, that is for 2015. However, in the first 9 months for 2015, Stanbic posted a marginal growth of 1% from its loan growth. If we are to extrapolate, we should be expecting the 2% growth in addition to the 1% for the 9 months from the fourth quarter. We will be expecting quite some more than average growth from the fourth quarter to make up for the forecast of 3% that it projected. Also, you need to know that the return on equity target has also been dropped from 18% to 15%. It cited that there has been slowing economic activities on businesses. But we must note that Stanbic is not alone. UBA did something similar. It also cut its forecast from 15 to 20% loan growth to 5 to 8%. It also stated rising regulatory and economic uncertainty. The macroeconomic indicators have been playing significantly across different sectors, from the consumer goods to the banking sector and even the industrial goods. And that is it from me.
Thank you, Tosi. The markets closed down at 0.64% to close at 28,981.12 points on the all-share index. And for today's top stories, Barclays is set to cut Nigeria from its emerging market local bond index by February 2016. Barclays states that Nigeria will be removed from the flagship emerging market local currency government index as of February 1st, 2016, adding that the debt will continue to be eligible for its broader emerging market local currency government universal index. A total of 13 FGM bonds with a total value of $13.9 billion were included initially in March of 2013. This comes off the heels of the completion of the phased exclusion of Nigeria from the JP Morgan government bond emerging market index. Also looking at our stories, Kachuku seeks a reduction in $30 per barrel cost of oil production. The group managing director of Nigeria's National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Dr. Ibe Kachuku, has said that the $30 per barrel currently being spent on oil companies to produce 1 barrel of crude oil in Nigeria is too high and should be reduced in view of the current low price regime. Nigeria's Stanbic IBTC has cut its 2015 forecast for loan growth to 3% from 10%, citing the impact of slowing economic activities on businesses, the local unit of South Africa's Standard Bank has said. Thanks for joining us on Business Nigeria today, and that's a wrap on the show. We are back tomorrow giving you markets and economic updates. Till then, keep doing business, Nigeria.